darling hearts, it's your GAPS coach Emma here. Just been out in the garden with my little copper trowel doing, not digging, because we don't do digging where I live. We do no dig, which means you don't disturb the soil surface, because then all the little layers of microorganisms remain intact and you just feed the soil from the top like Mother Nature, using biomimicry to build topsoil. And if you get biochar in there, you can do it really quickly. Anyway, that was not why I came on. I wanted to talk about geoengineering because I put a post up and it's there's lots of people saying lots of different things. And I wanted to tell you about my kids having a hair mineral analysis test. So I've been looking up since 2011 and noticing stuff in the sky and going, what's that? What's that? Why is that like that? You know, because it didn't look normal to me because I've been sky gazing for 50 years. I've been sky gazing for 50 years. I used to run across the fields when I was 6 years old to watch the sunset because I felt compelled to always go and watch the sunset. So I've been looking at the clouds and looking at the sky, and then I became a gardener, you know, so I mean, gardeners always looking up at the sky, aren't they? Anyway, I looked into weather modification history. I'll drop the link in the comments and you can have a look for yourself. And it was like, wow, this has been going on for years, this whole cloud seeding thing. And Wilhelm Reich in the 1940s was doing Making It Rain, and Kate Bush did a song all about it called Cloud Bursting, and she did a video with Donald Sutherland, and she played the little boy and Donald Sutherland was the dad, who was effectively Wilhelm Reich, and the story was like he's invented this machine and he can make it snow, make it rain, and then the authorities came and trashed his workshop and raided him and took him away. And then she didn't see him again. She, the boy, she was playing a boy in that video in the 1990s, was it? 80s, 90s? Somebody put me straight. I don't know, I can't remember. Anyway, yeah. My kids just had a hair mineral analysis test a few months back, and it came back off the scale high in aluminium. And if you look at some of the patents for the geoengineering, which the government has like a department now that talks about geoengineering. It's no secret anymore that they are seeding clouds to stop the sun from heating up the land, because we're all going to die, because we're going to get really, really hot because of climate change, which I don't subscribe to, which I used to, but I don't. I used to be really into the whole carbon neutral, let's sequester our carbon. I hold the footprint.com, because I was like, everyone's going to be talking about their carbon footprint. You know, I got it like 20 years ago or something. Not quite that long, but yeah, I used to be really into the whole carbon footprint thing. And now I realise it's a big scam. Right, so climate change is not a thing. The climate is changing, right? But it's changing because they're making it change, because they are putting nanoparticulates into the atmosphere to block out the sun, to make it very cloudy, so there's not so much heat. But it's a false. They think it's going to do good, but it's not going to do good at all. It's like a blanket of cloud that keeps the heat in. It's like a blanket of cloud, right? You'll notice when there's no clouds, it's much colder. So they're actually making it hotter by putting a blanket of clouds. I think they don't want us to see the sun because the sun's so healing. The sun has amazing healing powers, and that's why they're trying to cut the sun off from us. Anyway, my daughter's got their hair mineral analysis test, and one of the ingredients they use in cloud seeding is nanoparticulates of aluminium and barium and strontium and some other things. It's all patented technology. You can go and look it up, right? Anyway, my kids are off the scale high in aluminium, and probably most of your kids are high off the scale in aluminium as well, because if your kids have been walking around in the rain or out there when they've been spraying, we're all breathing it in all of the time. It's just a question of whether your body can detox or not. And to detox aluminium, we need silica, amongst other things. But I mean, your body needs to be working properly for you to get the toxins out. This is the whole thing with GAPS. This is why we need to start using the food as a medicine. If you hope to procreate, if you're at that age and you're hoping to procreate, you need to get on this protocol straight away to detox your body so that you can be ready. Because mothers pass on toxicity to the child. It's just a natural thing, right, that just happens. I gave my kids oxalate overload. I built my kids of oxalates. Billy came out with little white spots on her cheeks and on her shoulders, and also she developed a pilometrixoma, which was a massive calcium oxalate thing like that, like a 10p piece right here on her jaw, which we had to have surgically removed, which was hellish, right, when she was 3. So I know now what it was, and so we need to be oxalate aware, we need to get plenty of good fats, we need to lay off the processed foods like the plague. That stuff is contaminated. It's weaponized even, you know. So people don't want to hear this, but this is the truth. So it's a combination of things like glyphosate and herbicides, stuff that's coming down from the sky, stuff that's poisonous in the food itself, and all those things combined with stress, which they've been stressing us out the last 4 years, haven't they? It's all a soup of nastiness to make you feel dreadful. So I'm all about throwing that soup out and making a different kind of soup, a really, really good, nourishing soup with the stock pot, with the good fats. And then we work with things like cilantro tincture, with foot baths, with ionic foot baths. We use balanotherapy, you know, sweating out the toxins. We use infrared saunas. We can use all sorts of techniques to get these heavy metals out of our system. But unless you stop putting toxins in and avoid the other toxins out there, it isn't going to work. So see me at timelesscookery.com and come and get well and protect yourself from having Alzheimer's later, because aluminium built up in your system is going to end up in dementia and Alzheimer's. So don't go down that road. You know, we can see what we're up against, so let's use what we're up against and use the knowledge of what we're up against wisely. You know, look the problem right in the eye. Look the problem in the eye, because the problem is the solution. We find out the solution by really looking at the problem. So I've been looking at the problem since 2011, the one of geoengineering, and I know what I'm dealing with, and I'm working on resolving that and creating remedy. So if you want to come and hang out with somebody who's talking remedy and somebody who knows what's going on and can help, stay calm and be chilled and laugh in the face of adversity, because laughter's the best medicine. Because if we stay cheerful, believe you me, you get better a heck of a lot quicker. So don't muck about, get with the program. I've got spaces for one-to-one clients at the moment if you're interested. And come and join Timeless Cookery Club, which is my online cookery school for ultimate nourishment, so that your body can get the building blocks it needs to detoxify itself. That's the plan. Lots of love. Have a beautiful day.